I once met a llama that would eat absolutely anything. Grass, loose change, a map of the zoo, whatever people fed him. I think he lived a short but fun life. I found out that this is called dietary indiscretion. At the time, I didn't think much of it, but later, I realized that we do something similar, except it's not what we eat, it's what we feel. And the best example might be people's love for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. At first, I couldn't understand it. It didn't fit any of my ideas about why people like a movie. It was cheesy, had an unclear plot, was morally ambiguous, and could only appeal to a small number of people. Nonetheless, to that small number of people, it was and is really popular. I had no way to explain this until I thought back to my friend at the zoo. Because, as we know, we get feelings from both inside and outside of movies, and they mix together. But on top of that, it turns out that there's actually only so many feelings we can get. And as long as we get those feelings from any source, inside or outside the movie, we'll be satisfied. So let's get more into it. One of the feelings we like the most is the pleasure of our beliefs being confirmed. This is the joy we feel when we see good guys win and bad guys lose. If this doesn't happen, we'll be unsatisfied. But it turns out that this type of pleasure can come in other ways. Like, for example, we like to believe that we ourselves are good people. Smart, funny, attractive, liked, whatever. And we get the same feeling if this is confirmed. So, if we see ourselves represented on screen, that will make us feel like we're respected. Thus, if we're in the LGBT community, we wouldn't get to see ourselves represented a lot on screen, especially in the 1970s. But the Rocky Horror Picture Show does. It has gay and bisexual characters.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
So, with that feeling of respect and belonging, it doesn't actually matter that the hero and villain part of the movie doesn't work normally. And in fact, the villain, Dr. Frank Furter, is the most charismatic, original, and inventive person in the movie, as well as the one who represents the audience the most. All things the villain isn't supposed to do. But it works anyway, because the movie itself gives that emotional confirmation in a different way. Likewise, the plot is pretty convoluted, but plots exist to get you interested in what you're seeing. With Rocky Horror, the fans wait for and repeat specific lines in the movie.
Didn't we pass a castle back down the road a few miles?
This game, this anticipation, fills in any gap from the plot not working. And because it's a challenge to remember the lines,
here's what you need to do to be the best audience member possible.
People don't even lose the anticipation that they would if they'd already seen the plot and knew it, which is why people can watch it over and over. Now, we also said that the movie is really cheesy, which means hard to believe. This is normally a big problem, but not when these outside things are working, because we automatically believe what's happening in the real world. And likewise, the jokes in a movie can fall flat and we'll still laugh, except it will be at the creators of the movie for failing so much. This is generally what it means when a movie is so bad it's good.
You created it all so you could be immortal. Why? To live forever.
And filmmakers can do this on purpose, to poke fun at a certain type of movie. This is what we call camp, which is what Rocky Horror is actually doing. So, in each of these cases, the weaknesses in the movie itself don't matter. But for this to happen, you have to be in the group or aware of these outside things. If you're not, you'll be watching for the movie itself, and so it won't work. This is why these are known as cult films. They're great, but only for a small and very passionate group of people. And it's just a small example of the type of things we can find if we're willing to look from a different angle. Thanks.